friends! Hello, hi, how are you? So today we are doing something a little bit different. My window's not cooperating with the light, so if you see these random streaks, they're annoying me too, I promise. So today we are doing something a little interesting. I was thinking about everything that has happened in the beauty community lately, and I was kind of going through my head like what was even going on, because I feel like so many things have happened, and I feel like we're kind of in the calm after the storm right now, where all of this insane stuff just happened, and now we're here, and it's like, okay, so now people are like worried about Laura Lee. Like, there's so much drama happening still because it's like residual effects of what happened. I kind of wanted to talk about, because I feel like these beauty, like the My Truth videos have been way overdone at this point. So what I wanted to talk about is kind of where I would like to go, kind of just my thoughts about all of this, but also in a sense of like not necessarily my thoughts on what happened, but in a sense of like moving forward and like where do we go from here, and like what's my thoughts on kind of the situation as a whole. But I wanted to do a little twist on it. Normally I do these types of videos and I do a get ready with me, and I like doing that because I find I can think better when I'm like doing something. But I wanted to, here's the thing. One of the first big beauty videos I ever saw was NikkieTutorials' The Power of Makeup, which I feel like at this point is pretty iconic. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. She really started a trend, and I think that's honestly what catapulted her to where she is now in the beauty community. That was, there was a whole palette from Too Faced, which has its own drama, but like inspired by it. And a lot of people were really shocked at like how she was able to transform her face using just makeup. I think she got some criticism for that because people were like, oh, you're just like catfishing someone or whatever. She made a lot of really good points about how makeup there's so many negative connotations about makeup that it's, I don't know. I'm going to talk about all that, but I want to get into it. And basically the whole point of this is you do one side of your face, but I kind of wanted to talk about it like going forward, because I feel like since she made that video, so much has changed in this community, and she's changed, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's good sometimes to revisit these old things and be like, why did we love this in the first place? And I think the Power of Makeup videos are a good example of that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole routine, but it's only going to be on one side of my face. I think I'm going to do this side because this is my good side. So I'm going to take my Kona eye stick from First Aid Beauty, and I'm going to just rub that on my eyes. I have really, really, really dark circles, and ever since I've been using this, it's been really helping. I'm also going to take my Glow Tonic, and I'm going to put that on just the side of my face. So basically, when NikkieTutorials first made this video, The Power of Makeup, and I was really new to makeup when I saw it. I had just started doing my makeup. Oh, I'm gonna use my YSL primer. When she made that video, it was because there was a lot of negative connotations going around, not even the beauty community, a lot of negativity about makeup just in the world. Like, I feel like makeup is always one of those things, and I see it time and time again with people who are like, you look better without makeup, or like, that's too much makeup to be wearing. I think there's so many negative connotations that makeup is for other people and not for yourself, and call me like crazy, but I think that's really dumb. I think that's a dumb way of thinking. I'm going to use both of my Makeup Forever foundation stick and my Makeup Revolution. I like this combination because I literally look like airbrushed. And I feel like that is still a thing. I get comments all the time of like, oh, why'd you get so dressed up to like look good for boys? And I'm like, no. That's never been the case for me. Of course there's a sense of like wanting to look good, but I think a lot of people, I know it can't just be me that does this, because it's like a little bit of self-care. Like, and I actually know that it's not me because I've talked about this in a video and had a lot of people that agreed with me, especially like mothers. I was shocked at the amount of moms who were like, the 10 minutes I have to do my makeup in the morning is the only time I have to myself. That's like my me time. That's my version of self-care, is every morning getting to sit down in front of a mirror and do my makeup. And I actually totally agree with that. For me, getting to sit down, it's like a form of meditation to me. Like, I sit down and I'm not anxious, and I'm just preparing for the day, and it's a way to start my day anxiety-free and not stressed about things. That's what it is for me. And it makes me sad. This kind of gets into my point. I'm going to use my First Aid Beauty concealer, and I'm just going to conceal these dark under eyes and everywhere else. This is why I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're so dramatic, like you're taking this too seriously, it's just makeup, it's not that deep. for a lot of people, it's not that makeup necessarily is that deep, but for a lot of people, makeup is a form of escapism. It's like any other hobby. I know people don't necessarily treat it as such because I don't really know why they don't. I don't know why people tend to think that it's not like that, but it's a way to escape your problems. It's a way to take care of yourself. It's a way to, and I'm not saying if you don't wear makeup, you don't also do all of those things. I'm saying it's a hobby. And I think the reason that people care so much about all the beauty community drama and all of the thing with like influencers getting paid $60,000 and all of this crazy stuff is really just because this is supposed to be for fun. Like, I think it's sad to see people, and I'm using the Milk Blur Prime powder because now that I can get the product out, it's like my favorite powder. I think it's hard because I think we see these people every day, and some of these people taught us how to do makeup because that's really how people learn in nowadays. People don't really go, I'm using my Rimmel Stay Matte, my favorite powder. People don't really go to like I don't even know how people learned how to do makeup before YouTube, but like the reason makeup, I was talking about it with my boyfriend the other day, and he was like, makeup is just becoming such an epidemic. Like every person I know has some interest in it and like knows about it and everything. Like all the girls I know and even most of the guys I know. And I was like, first of all, it's YouTube because YouTube beauty gurus are becoming so big. And I was like, and second of all, it's just becoming something that's like fun. When I see a girl out with like a beautiful highlight,
hello, you're my new best friend, like let's talk about makeup for hours.
You know what I mean? When I started this channel, it was because I wanted to talk to people about makeup. And I think that's the problem. The people that we love and the people that we look up to are the people who started their channels, just like all of us, to talk about makeup. So it's hard seeing those people that are at the top, who have had the most success, who have had the success that everybody wanted. It's hard to see them doing things like this, selling out, you know, doing paid advertisements for every single video when they're getting paid $60,000 a video. So it's like you could do I understand doing sponsored content. I think I maybe have perpetuated that I'm like super, super against it. I completely don't think doing sponsored videos is wrong if you believe in the product. My problem comes when every single video you're doing is a sponsored video, every single one, and you're making $60,000 for every sponsored video. Why can't just like one be about just not selling something? Because that's what a sponsored video is. It doesn't matter if you also love the product. You're being paid to try to sell your subscribers something. What I would love to see is like once, like just, I understand that YouTube has turned into something of a business, but at the same time, nobody needs that much money. And when it gets to a point where you are solely depending on your fans, the people who love and support you, to either buy your own cosmetics line or buy this cosmetics line you're pushing, I think that's wrong. I think what turned into what was supposed to be channels talking about bronzer, talking about their favorite products, showing us what's in my purse videos, has now turned into $1 million company. It's hard. It's like, where do we go from here? And I'm hearing a lot of talk about the beauty community being over and like being the beauty community's dead, like the beauty community is over and that everything is going awful and, you know, things are falling apart. And I really couldn't disagree more. I think the top 5 people, I think like Laura Lee and her career is on fire. I think Manny and Jacqueline and their careers are on fire. But the reason the beauty community as a whole is not going to die is because it's not because of me, and it's not because of small creators who are still passionate, and it's not because of, you know, the bigger people who maybe haven't sold out, and it's not even because of the bigger people who have sold out. The beauty community is going to be fine because of you guys, of the viewer. At your heart and soul, you guys love makeup. That's why you watch these videos. People who don't love makeup don't watch these videos. My friends, they don't give a crap about makeup. They don't watch these videos. They don't give all these people views. The reason the beauty community is going to be okay is because at the end of the day, there are always going to be you guys. There's always going to be you guys as the viewer to pick the person that you want to see rise up to the top. There is always going to be the person, like you guys are like You guys are like the government of this whole thing. Like, you guys control what happens in this community. So as much as I'm like, oh, obviously smaller influencers right now, they're obviously more trustworthy people because they're not being paid thousands and thousands of dollars to sell you things. Obviously they are. But if you push them up and then you don't hold them to the same standards that you're holding these bigger beauty gurus to right now, it's just going to be an endless cycle. And I've mildly touched on this in another video, but I really wanted to talk about it again because I feel like everybody is saying like, oh, it's the smaller creators that we need to be focusing on because we need them to get bigger and we want them to be the face. And that's all fine and good, but I am positive that when a lot of these beauty gurus started out, it was not because they were trying to make $60,000 a video. That was not the case. That was not the reason they were trying to start out. It just wasn't. The reason they were trying to do this and be successful was because they had a love for makeup just like you guys did. I am all for finding new talent because I think there's a lot of talented smaller creators that get overlooked. But when we pick them as a community, when we're like, okay, like we're this person's gaining a lot of traction, let's make sure that we're saying it's not acceptable anymore to do every single video being a sponsorship. It's not acceptable to not disclose your sponsorships. It's not acceptable to be doing all of these really shady things, and we as a community are not going to stand for it anymore. What I think is really important to remember, and something I think people don't want to tell you because it doesn't benefit them to tell you, but something that is so important is that you guys really, and even I do, being just at a consumeristic level, not at a YouTuber level, but everyone at a consumeristic level controls what happens. Like, we are in control. It may not seem like it, but we are. If you find out that Too Faced is the brand that has been going up and paying $1 million for negative reviews against other people, stop supporting Too Faced. Stop. Don't support them anymore if you're against that. Vote with your wallets and vote with your views. Because I almost wanted this to be like an empowering thing, because I truly feel like so many people in the community kind of feel like they don't have a voice anymore. It's this big machine, and the big YouTubers at the top obviously don't want the machine to stop. They don't want to stop this machine. They're making so much money with this the way things are. They don't actually want things to change. No matter how many My Truth videos you see popping out, all of them have the bias of, we still would like to be making a ton of money off of you guys. So you can be like mildly outraged, but don't be too outraged, because then it takes away our paycheck. We should be outraged at kind of what's happening. We should be outraged that what used to be about a love for makeup and what used to be about passion and again, I'm not saying influencers shouldn't be paid for sponsored content. They 100% should. And I don't even think the amount is that crazy. It's the amount of sponsored content that's being done. And it's like you're doing all the sponsored content so you can buy another Lamborghini. Like, that's the motivation. You know what I mean? I understand doing some sponsored content, and I'm not against that. And I've said it before, I don't think $60,000 is that insane. I know it's insane, and I don't like it. For what they are giving brands in return, I think that's a reasonable number to be making. What I want to see from the beauty community going forward is bringing back the passion, bringing back that love of makeup, making it less. And I think there are people that I'm not trying to be like, okay, I feel like this could be misconstrued. I'm not saying I am the messiah of all of this and like, oh, I am the one who is capable. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I think we need to go back to that passion, to the power of makeup, to what all brought us to this community in the first place. Because no matter what way you swing it, 99% of us are here because we love...
Okay, I look like an idiot doing this and talking about this. Hold on.
99% of us are here because we love makeup. That's it. It's not because we love being pushed products or, you know what I mean? It's because we love makeup. We love creating something on our faces. I love transforming my face. I love it. I love sitting in a mirror and even just looking at it right now, watching this transformation happen in front of me. I love it. That's why I created my YouTube channel, was to do this, was to sit and talk to you guys about stuff like this. And that's why pretty much everyone, nobody creates a makeup channel because they don't like makeup. Like, do you know how boring these videos are to people that don't like makeup? My boyfriend literally can't watch these because he just gets so incredibly bored. My friends literally can't watch these because they get so bored. Even my mom. My mom has, when I did theater, my mom would go to every single show, every single one, even like the repetitive, like I would do like 15 shows in a run, and she would go to every single one, sit through the same show 15 times, and she struggles to get through these videos sometimes because she finds it boring, because it's boring to people who don't love it. The people that are here and the people that are creating content because they love makeup. Whether they strayed from the path or not, like whether they are still super into makeup or not, they started with this. And so what I'm personally going to try to be doing, and what I'm hoping others are going to try to do, is focusing on this again. Obviously, I'm still going to do my thoughts videos, and I'm still going to talk about commentary because I like doing those, but I want to try really hard to focus on the love of the makeup, because that's why I started this channel. I didn't start it to make money. I didn't start it to, try to get you guys to buy things. I started this channel because I love makeup, and that's what I want to focus on. And that's what a lot of us want to focus on. What you guys can do going forward, if this is something that truly outrages you and truly upsets you, support the people that are in it for the love of makeup. And that doesn't mean because you do one sponsored video, you're not in it for the love of makeup. But we know who the people are in this community that are not in it for the makeup anymore. And they're not in it for the passion of talking to you guys and creating connections with people. They're not. They're just not. I don't ever want to say, like, don't support them. But support the people that are in it for the reasons that you want them to be in it. And I think the main takeaway I've had, because I've spent hours, way too much of my time, reading comments and on the Reddit threads, and reading like all of the Reddit threads, reading Twitter threads, reading comments on other people's videos, reading comments on my videos. And I think the main consensus that people have is that they're angry that it is no longer about the makeup. So let's do something to change that. Let's focus on people who are in it for the makeup. I'll list some channels down below that I think are in it for the makeup, and I think are in it for the power of makeup.
He's gonna get there. He's gonna pull this together.
Who I think are in it for that reason. Let's do this for them. Let's continue to support them. You can still support whoever you want. I'm not trying to tell you who you can and can't support. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you support someone who does 1 million sponsorships a year. Like, I don't care. I'm saying if we really want to see a permanent and long-term change in the beauty community, what we need to do going forward is support the people who are in it for the makeup. And if for whatever reason they're suddenly not in it for the makeup, let's cut that off before it gets too crazy like it has now. There is no reason that this industry should be compared to being a car salesman. You're not a salesperson when you're a beauty guru. I know that's what it's turned into, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being sold things, and I'm sick of being lied to about quality of products so that people can make a paycheck. So going forward, what I'm going to do is support the people I think genuinely have a love for makeup, and that's what I think we should all do to promote a better community. That doesn't even mean small influencers. That doesn't even mean micro influencers. I think you can be a bigger influencer and still be genuine. Just find the people you feel like are in it for this. And maybe if you have anybody in mind, comment down below and tell other people. If you have a small influencer or even a big influencer that you love, share their video. Do you know how much it means to people and how much it can benefit people for you to share their video? To even if you have 3 subscribers, like 3 people just saw that video that maybe wouldn't have if you hadn't have shared it. Share people's videos. Tweet about the person you like. Post them on a Reddit forum. Post them on Twitter. Post them on Facebook. Post them places and let them be shared. If that's truly a person that you stand behind and you like, because you guys have the power. You have way more power than people are trying to make you think. And I want you to know that. I look crazy talking like this because I have half of my face done. I'm gonna zoom in really quick and kind of show you guys the differences of both face. I think I'm really pretty both ways. I'm not even gonna front. I think I'm super, I am not one of those people that thinks I'm ugly without makeup. I definitely don't. I think this is a more enhanced version of my features and this looks better, but I don't think I'm ugly without it. I think I look perfectly fine without it. I just look different. That's what it is. That's the cool part about makeup. You can make yourself look different. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you can kind of see that this is what the power of makeup does. It can really, and this sitting here filming this video and doing this was the most relaxed I've been all day. And that's why I love makeup. It has helped me in insurmountable ways, not just in my confidence, but also, which it's not even helped. I've always been pretty confident, but it's helped with being able to sit down at the start of my day or before I go out, because going out makes me super anxious, and do something that's good for me and productive for me. And that's why I love it. I don't know. I know this video was really random and weird, but I had so much I was thinking and I wanted to get it off my chest, but yeah. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me. Thank you. All of the products I used in this video, which are pretty much my holy grail products, will be linked down below, along with my Patreon, my merch stuff, all of that stuff linked down below in the description box. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye!